Prehab, rehab, and doing what you thought was impossible. So, like I said, today we're going to be talking about the difference between calorie-dense and nutrient-dense foods. So your calorie-dense foods, they're full of calories and they don't have a lot of nutrients in them, right? They got a ton of calories in them per bite. The opposite end of that is going to be your nutrient-dense foods. The biggest one that comes to mind are vegetables. They're very low in calorie and they pack a huge punch as far as nutrition. Now, just because it's healthy doesn't mean you're going to lose weight better. The biggest thing, if you're creating a calorie deficit, it doesn't matter if you're eating healthy foods or non-healthy foods, a calorie deficit is a calorie deficit. You will lose the same amount of fat. The thing is, when you eat nutrient-dense foods, they tend to be more filling for the amount of calories they provide. So let's see if I can turn. So here's the chart that I drew out. So we got this black arrow right here. That is the nutrient density. As you move to the right, those are more nutrient-dense foods. On the bottom, we have the calorie density scale. And as you move to the left, those foods get more calorie dense. The blue ones on the middle are kind of in between. All right, that's the ones that I think are in between. Now, this isn't a super precise list, nor it's obviously not a comprehensive list. There's a gazillion and one foods out there that are going to fit on different areas of the spectrum. But when you eat most of your foods from these sources, you're more likely to eat fewer calories, to stay full, and get all the nutrients you need. When you pack your diet full of this, especially those Pop-Tarts, hot wings, it's really hard to stay under your calorie goal and get the kind of, vitamins and minerals that you need. So the best option is to hang out with most of your food that are very nutrient-dense, high in nutrients, low in calories. Your veggies, meats, fruit, potatoes. Sprinkling in some more neutral things like rice, seeds and nuts, chips, snack bars like that. They tend to have some nutrients, but not a whole lot. They tend to be a little more calorie dense. And then, sparingly, I'm not saying don't eat them, but sparingly eat things like Pop-Tarts, hot wings, ice cream, and that's basically the way I advise setting up your diet. 60% of your diet should come from those really nutrient-dense foods. That should be the staple in your diet. You should be eating meat, fish, protein sources, vegetables, a couple pieces of fruit, maybe some potatoes. That should be about 60% of what you're eating. The 60-70%, the other 20-30% should come from the more neutral things. Like I still eat a lot of rice, chips are fine, nuts and seeds, a handful here and there are fantastic. Snack bars can be, protein bars, things like that can be good. And then if I told you never to eat pizza, never eat hot wings, never eat ice cream, I'm not going to follow that plan, and you probably aren't either. I just recommend eating those foods sparingly. So either eat them in small amounts, or what I prefer to do is, save them up and then, eat more calories on the weekend. So distribute your calories to where, if you got a date night, that's what I do. If I got a date night with my wife and we're going to go get some pizza, then we'll just, I'll eat fewer calories throughout the day and I'll be eating clean, I hate that word, eat more nutrient-dense foods around that day. So that's the way you break it up. Just eat those nutrient-dense foods more often, eat the calorie-dense foods less often, and you will be on your way to enjoying your diet while still creating a calorie deficit, which is necessary for fat loss.